the name of the gland?
The hypothalamus.
Oh, there's a gland.
Hypothalamus? No,
that's in your brain.
The hypothalamus is a part of your brain.
Yeah, that's in your brain. What's under your thyroid?
It's a gland under the thyroid, though. Yeah. I don't remember what it was called, but he said it's normally...
Isn't it called like the hyoid? That's the bone. Okay.
That's like when you strangle somebody.
Right there.
He said it was right where like the throat and the ribs come together in the body. He said in a child, it's normally like the size of a fig.
Yeah, he said it could be like 30 to 50, even up to 100
grams, depending.
Grams or whatever. He says almost non-existent.
But he didn't have one, and the reason it what is that word?
Stress.
Atrophies if they're in prolonged stress. His was on.
He said and this wasn't stress like quick stress. This was stress over months.
Yeah, like long, drawn out.
For it to just almost disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was just... I just can't even conceive. Like, you hear, and it's been a bad, and I know this happened years ago, but, you know, everybody's hearing about it now. This has been a bad week for children. That little Evelyn's body was found. Mm-hmm. We talked about her last time.
I really, really thought she was going to be alive with a family member.
No.
I feared. When the mom...
You know where they found the body was in Tennessee, not in Virginia or where the mom was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was on the grandpa's land.
On the grandpa
that did her missing.
Did the original call.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not saying that. I'm not implying that he did it. I think, like, the last time she was seen was around the holidays, and I think he had, like, acreage, and I think his daughter killed the baby and put it... I mean, come on, if he did it, he probably wouldn't have been the one to call it in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's where it was on him.
Maybe not. That the boyfriend called 911.
Right.
Yeah, and people do that all the time, so it looks like the blame's not on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But
people are stupid.
But I really think the mom did it. I mean, I may be wrong, but when I wanted there to be hope for that little girl, but when she was referring to her in the past tense in that interview, I was
really hoping, since her family were gypsies, and
that
she had married a non-gypsy, which is like a
taboo.
Big thing for them. I was really hoping they had just taken the baby to live the gypsy way.
Just kind of like indoctrinate her.
That's why I really thought maybe she was alive, since it was gypsies.
Yeah, we were sitting there last night and we were watching this, and that came on, and I was just like, damn it. Mm-hmm. And then the little boy that we talked about the last time, the one in Arkansas where they were on vacation, that man has got a second mistrial.
Yep.
You know why?
The case that happened in Arkansas
where he sodomized the little boy.
Oh, yeah.
And he died of sepsis.
But you know, after the first trial, he was convicted. But then they figured out that
it was across state lines.
It was across state lines
because they were camping.
So mistrial. Okay, guess what? He's been convicted a second time, and after the conviction, I guess he
got a second mistrial this week.
He got a second mistrial this week because they asked his stepson, who's like 24,
who's in prison,
if he had abused him. Stepson snaps and attacks him in court.
Like, jumps across court and like
defense
tackles
attorney
him.
Requests a mistrial. And granted.
If I was the judge, I'd have been like, how the fuck does that constitute a mistrial exactly?
It was granted.
Fucking shit.
The article you posted about
Let me tell
Christian...
you what. If I were a lesser person, he wouldn't get a third chance.
Mm-hmm. No. That article you posted about the Christian family starving the little girl. Did you read the article?
I read parts of it, and it was just...
When he called 911 to say that she was gone, which they said they hadn't checked on her for 19 hours. They said, you know, he told the dispatcher whatever, and the dispatcher said, how are you holding up? Oh, you know, just another day.
What? I don't understand why there are people, we know people that so desperately want to have children, and they can't. But then these people, these fucking monsters, they're always able to just spit them out like litters. Yep. And it enrages me.
So what else do we need to say about the Fernandez case before we call this episode done? Because I want to start unpacking it on the next one.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people.
Yeah, this one
up.
I wanted to set the stage with what happened to this sweet baby.
So let's. All right. So now we get to the trial. Asaro this part I did see. Sorry, went on trial. He was found guilty of first-degree murder with special circumstances, and the special circumstances were prolonged torture.
Yes.
And he was sentenced to death.
By needle.
Yeah, well, the way it's worded is sentenced to death in a manner prescribed by the state at a time prescribed by this court, which he'll die in prison. He won't get the needle because
I don't know. Did you hear him say
700 inmates
Yeah,
in
but
death
they
row.
said that Southern California has been executing them left, right, and down the middle.
Good. They need to start hitting
I'm okay with it.
They need to start hitting it 2 a day.
Yeah, I wonder how many they do a day.
I don't know, but they've got like 700
double
motherfuckers. Yeah, exactly. Fucking execution, morning break. Execution, lunch. Execution, afternoon break. Execution, go home. Got 4 a day right there. Clear them out in a year, you know. And I'm not a fan of needlessly taking human life, but these motherfuckers deserve what is coming to them.
Well, and they said like
these are people who have been convicted by a jury of their peers and sentenced to die.
Yeah,
So,
and like they said, even for California, to even
I'm actually really surprised California still has a death penalty.
me too.
me too.
But they said that like it's even more because it's not just like capital murder. It is not like, you know, you're eligible, but they don't request it unless it's depraved, unless
Yes.
it's like this case.
There has
was.
to be special
Yeah,
circumstances.
and so
In California, it is.
you know, and I realize, you know, that it's a huge state.
But then, of course, like we said, the mother, her case wound up being pled out, but
Which
it was
makes me
pled.
sick.
Yeah,
It was pled first-degree murder, and I mean
Without
that judge,
possibility of
the
parole.
judge says
Parole.
absolutely, you will never leave prison.
Oh no, man! I'm telling you, we
I
talked
hope
about
every day
this.
she gets fucking tortured.
She's being shanked and shit, and I'm like, I hope
Good.
they
I hope that.
I hope they fester.
Yep. I hope it continues.
yeah.
I wish her a long life.
Of shankings.
Yep.
Because and then even the way she sat there, like I
mean,
wish
there
this-
was zero fucking emotion.
No, yeah,
Well,
she showed
that's-
a little emotion. She was annoyed.
Well, what emotion is
Yeah.
she going to show? She beat her kid to death over 8 months. I mean,
She was annoyed.
yeah, she was kind of perturbed that she had to be there.
Like, did you see when they were doing her sentencing, and the teacher was reading her stuff about how Gabriel
she
had
was just
impacted her?
like-
She just looked like, and I just thought, bitch, I could kill you with my bare hands.
and not lose a wink of sleep.
And feel like the world's a better place, because it would be.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I'm a real peacenik most of the time, but to me, when you can have that sort of depravity, and especially, and this is one of the things that the prosecutor said, like the elderly, children, animals,
Ross
those
Grabinger.
are the defenseless. Those are the ones that can't look out for themselves. So when you can, you know, if you want to like wrestle to the death with somebody that can fight back, I mean, what if?
Well, what it is it's bullying. They
Yeah.
did that shit
because they could get away with it.
because he couldn't fight back. Mm-hmm. And
And it just goes all
anybody
over me.
who's known me for more than a minute knows bullying is my number one thing that I just cannot stand.
Yeah, and so
And she was supposed to be taking care of him, and she totally betrayed that whole responsibility. And Dante says that the lowest level of hell
That's
is
for the betrayers.
reserved for them.
Betrayer.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, like she was supposed to be his safe place in the world, and like, do you know how she gave the child to the uncles? She called before she left the hospital, and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Come get
He's
your
already
kid.
on my nerves."
He's on my goddamn nerves with his crying."
Right then, they should have brought whatever paper they needed to bring for her to terminate her parental rights.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has anything else they want to say, but I just want to say that I will never forget this child. I know it doesn't matter now, but
It does matter now. It can't help him, but
It
you
needs
know,
to stay in people's minds.
Yeah.
so
he
that
doesn't need to be
yeah.
forgotten because
Yeah.
it has to stop. These,
Yeah.
you know, it's the children falling through the cracks. And you hear it so often, you know. I mean, like we were saying, it's just been a really bad couple of months for kids. There's just been so much. That Lori Vallow, you know, her kids are still missing, hadn't been seen in months.
I'm telling you, if I was the judge, her motherfucking ass would be in jail in contempt.
She is now.
Because when you, as a judge, if I say you have 8 hours to produce these kids, and you don't, you're now in contempt, and I would have her ass in jail for the rest of her fucking life till those kids showed up.
I heard another tidbit about that.
Vallow?
Yeah, remember I said that somebody in the family had been shot at their car while they were driving down the road? Okay, so she had gotten involved in the teachings of this
Doomsday guy.
Yeah, this guy that she's with, Daybell. Her niece, who was married, had also gotten involved in his teachings.
Okay.
Her husband was driving her car down the road when he was shot at, and he says that the car he saw drive away belonged to her dead husband. So they were trying to get rid of the niece's husband too, because she was planning on moving to where they had moved to. The Vallow woman had moved to where Daybell was.
I guess fucking divorce never crossed their mind.
Yeah, no shit.
The niece was getting ready to pack up and move up there too, and they were trying to get rid of her husband.
They were going to sister wife it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like Chris said. I mean, like, anybody ever heard of divorce? Like, the great news is it might cost you a little money, but you don't go to prison.
Yeah, and you don't have to kill someone.
Yeah.
You know what I love is like all these religious people, they're against divorce. Oh, we'll just kill them.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Wow. Divorce is wrong. Pow! What now? I mean, like, I think you missed something there, but whatever.
Jeez.
All right, we're wrapping this one up.
God bless you, Gabriel.
Yeah, we are going to unpack all of the shit that
all
went
the
wrong.
people that failed him.
Yeah.
All the ways that this could have been stopped. That's the next one.
And that's the bitch. You know, it could have been stopped.
We'll take it up on another one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.